All right, we're live. Hey, Sparky, what's going on? I was just watching a musty video repairing an electric starter. Anyway, cold. Gonna be a cold day today. I think it's 20s now. It was pretty cold this morning. Supposed to get up to hopefully 30s. Was it 26 right now? Supposed to get up to 37. We'll see. Not too bad. Let's see what's going on here. William, how you doing, William? Oh, oh. Let's see. Snubby, how you doing, Snub? Sparky. What's up, Sparky?
Hello, my dear friend. How are you?
I saw you on, what is it? Mark's stream. I was a little late today. I saw you guys, but was there a problem with YouTube? Somebody told me YouTube crashed this morning.
I've been on 4 streams, and the 2 streams had problems sending links out, putting the link out.
Yeah, someone told me it crashed.
Oh, cool.
Wayne Hatfield, good morning, brother. North Carolina. Yeah, we used to work in Charlotte, in North Carolina. I'll never forget the ice storm once there. The town didn't know what to do. It shut down. The whole city shut down. They didn't know what.
Morning, Dustin, Snubby.
Morning, Dusty. Today, those in the small engine community who are interested, our friend Steve at Steve's Small Engine Saloon is going to have a live stream today at 3 o'clock our time, an hour after Dusty's start. So I'm going to leave after about an hour. He's got a very good surprise. Our friend, well, everyone's friend, Donnie Boy 73, who is like the king of small engine repair. He pretty much started it for all of us. He's going to be live with Steve. So that's going to be, and he's never been live before. So if anyone ever wants to see and talk with Donnie Boy 73 live, check out Steve's Small Engine Saloon, 3 p.m. Eastern today. Donnie should be there live. So it's pretty exciting. I mean, a lot of people, even remember, Mick tried to get Donnie Boy because he's very busy with what he does and everything else. So it's pretty cool that Steve ended up, because I guess he's by Donnie. He lives in Canada there. So that ought to be a pretty cool stream.
Got some good news for you. I sent you the link to the radio.
I saw that. Yeah, I got to click on it. What is it? This week, right?
No, 17th. I get the schedule when I'm going to be starting. There is some good news. This is something to do with everybody. Hopefully, we'll listen to it. But we're going to have an hour talk show every fortnight between America and UK. So, yeah, anybody in the world, basically. It'd be late at night, so in the UK, so it'll be ideal for the Americans. And I've got permission granted to do a phone in as well through Skype. Cool. So, yeah, so pretty good. So, and I've just done the music this morning for Dusty. I've got some snobby music in there. I've done it all this morning.
Sounds good. All right, our friend Robert is in, and Robert, touch your nose, buddy. I got to make sure it's you. There we go. All right. And I'm only going to say one thing, Robert. I love having you on my stream, but give other people a chance to talk too. Good morning. How are you, Robert? Oh, you shaved. What's going on? Holy cow. Look at that.
Yeah, well.
Whoa.
People don't like my beard.
So I was saying, what do you got? A hot take?
Yeah.
How you doing, Robert? How's everything?
Yeah. It's, well, not too bad. It's about 30 degrees down here, so I'm like...
A little chilly, right?
Yeah, well, what y'all got up there in Connecticut? Hey,
yeah, 26. But like I said before, Robert, catch Steve's Small Engine Saloon later. He's going to have Donnie Boy 73 live. First time. Should be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, because Donnie Boy's been helping some other guy named Dave with a bunch of...
Yep. But Donnie Boy, I mean, he started it for me. He started it for everybody that I know, started out with him. You know, he's one of the originators, so that should be interesting.
Oh yeah, I just got through watching Musty One.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
watching that too. The starter video.
yeah.
Yeah.
I should have caught on.
Oh, hold on. I cut you off. Wait a minute. I hate that when it does that, Sparky. I hit a key and it goes back and it
Yes.
takes the last person out.
Ouch, yes. I've got a foot switch where I can
Mhm.
drop somebody now. I can use a foot switch, and it
Yeah.
just literally drops them out of the chat.
Hey
But like I
Tina. Hey
said,
Mark. Hey Dick.
Hello.
I should have caught on to that was a DC starter, and they was just taking AC to convert it to DC.
Is that what that rectifier was? I saw the rectifier in there with
Yeah,
no
yeah,
pads
yeah,
on it. He had
yeah,
asked about that. I said it looks like a rectifier. Okay, that's what it was. Yep.
yeah.
But it did
Because
have
that's
that ground wire. Someone cut the ground lug off, and I tell people don't ever cut the ground lug off because you get shocked. You know.
yep. But like I said,
Yeah.
that's the same DC starter that's like on an old school Briggs and Stratton engine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
But the old DC starters, though, I mean, DC technically you needed, a battery to run it.
yep,
They
yeah.
use that little rectifier. In fact, I'm watching Musty right now. He's showing that little rectifier on the video. Yeah, I like Musty. I mean, Musty can do anything. I'll watch him. He's very
Yep.
not just entertaining, but just down to earth. And I don't care what
Yeah,
he does. I'll watch Musty. I just like his videos.
because he pulls you in and like he switches up. Like he knows what he's doing. He can't fool nobody.
Oh, he's no frills. He's absolutely no frills. He just tells you like it is, and he does it. But the thing is, a lot of people get complaints. Like I'll get a complaint from somebody say, "Well, you had a minute in there where you weren't really doing much, or whatever." Well, you know what? Shut it off or fast
Yeah,
forward. I
that's
mean,
it.
you got the options, right?
That's it.
So,
Yeah,
but now I got to start with my editor. I was talking to Mix yesterday. My new editor, Vegas. I started playing with it last night. There are dead times when I'm in the driveway and I have to walk inside to get a screwdriver and walk back out. You guys don't want
yeah.
to see my driveway
Yeah.
for 30 seconds. So,
No.
those, yeah, I can understand the complaints. I do.
I've
Oh
just had to,
yeah,
I've just had to teach somebody OBS and XSplit, 11 people over the past few days because no one knows how to use the OBS.
That's the one you're using for all your special stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I literally had a dead stream, and it was like everyone was trying to get in. And I
Yep.
was like, I showed them how to set it up, how to do it all. And I had one comment, really snarly comment. He said, if you know this much stuff, why don't you go and work for NASA?
Oh, really?
yeah.
You should have asked if you could use him as a reference.
Yeah. I
Nah.
enjoy
Hey,
it.
you know what? I released my video yesterday, 51 minutes long.
Yeah.
I just rolled with it, and right off the bat, it was literally released for 5 minutes. One thumbs down. Who cares?
Who cares? Yeah.
You know.
Hello, JP.
Yeah.
Is everyone else in chat?
But that video you did the other day, Ken, about that Craftsman's snowblower.
Oh yeah, with the carburetor.
Yeah, that piece, that shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about it. I said, you could have took that off and took about an eighth or 16th of that plastic off. But
Yeah,
like I said,
you could.
you
Yeah.
got it fixed. But that's engineers for you.
Oh
They
yeah.
get brain farts, and it's like,
Yeah, they're not assembling them. They're the ones that just design it on paper or on the computer.
Yep.
But I tell you though, the way that is with plastic expansion, contraction, clearance in bolt holes, all that stuff, it's possible to put that together with an interference fit so it will never rotate. And that's what happened with my sister-in-law's. I went over her house, and those are very simple, where they have that big long plastic clip where you pop it and then tilt it out at about 90 degrees. Then you have to like pry that keyhole piece out. Once you take two of those out, the shoe comes right off. So it's pretty simple. But when I saw that the rotator wire wasn't even anywhere near the shoe, I was like, who put this together? But then my youngest kid worked at Home Depot. I know who puts it together. So
Yep. Yeah. But I said these engineers, they design this stuff, but yet they don't think about shops have to work on this stuff.
Yeah. No, it's just like cars, right? How many times you look in a car and say, was the guy, but then you got to think about it with cars, they're assembling half the stuff when it's out of the frame and it's all accessible. Then they put it, 10 pounds in a 5-pound bag, Lenny, to answer your question, Lenny, every Sunday at 8 a.m. Eastern. I do this, Lenny, every Sunday.
Yeah. Well, I said some engineers, they just don't understand. One of these days, they need to learn to work on their own stuff that they design. And like, yeah.
Well, it's funny, Robert. I was a mechanical engineer for years. I was actually a machine designer, and I would design precise machines, and I had a lot of people, good designers, working for me as well. And we tried to make it, when you designed it, because we were the ones that had to go out under warranty to fix it. So we made sure parts were available, things were readily available and accessible and all that, because the worst thing you want to do is send out your service tech halfway across the world, to work on your machine, and he can't access something because the way you designed it. So, put it this way, design for manufacturability is one thing, design for serviceability is a totally different animal. Right now, we say, like, we build helicopters where I am, there is not, and even take the space shuttle, for example, there is not one piece on it that isn't needed. It's more for weight than anything else. But if you look at designs of critical things like aircraft and stuff like that, every single part on it, whether it be a part of a toilet or whatever, is critical because of weight and everything else. It has to be there because a good design does not include anything what we call superfluous, anything that's not needed. It's got to be, and Sparky, you're an engineer, so I mean, it has to be. Put it this way, you never have more metal than you need, more plastic than you need, or more parts than you need.
Weight distribution chart they come up with.
Hey,
weight distribution charts when you have to do certain things.
So, I just got a notification that double Y6 is on about some zero-turn lawnmower on YouTube.
Hold on, I'm answering a question here.
All right. Oh, so what's Mr. Briggs doing today besides looking like a coal man?
A con man.
Coal man.
Oh, I ain't coal.
Coal man, where you shovel coal because you look like dark in the dark.
Yeah, no, I don't shovel coal. I'm a truck driver. I ain't no coal man.
I know, but you look like it there, mate.
It's because I shaved last week. I haven't shaved all this week.
Someone was asking where I worked. I used to work for a company that actually built the most precise machine tools in the world, a company called Moore Tool Company. It was formed back in the 1920s as Moore Special Tool, and our biggest product were like jig grinders and stuff like that. But we did a lot of work for the government, a lot of work for like Sandia, Los Alamos, Livermore, Y12, Sandia, all the government labs. We worked with tolerances. People talk about thousands and things like that. To us, where I worked, thousands were like a mile. We worked in wavelengths of light, angstroms, and things like that, where we had to use capacitance gauges just to measure distances between parts, because that's how critical they were. So it's just, I'm used to working in ultra precise tolerances. So when I work on a machine, work on a lawnmower or something, this is like working with a ruler. I mean, to me, I could look at something and tell you, is it 5 thou, 10 thou, 20 thou, and I could tell you with a plus or minus 1 thou accuracy because of my background, where people say, oh my God, it's off a 16th of an inch, a 16th of an inch. That's a mile. I used to tell my tool makers, I'll never forget one guy, great tool maker. I'd say, I need 3 millions taken off this spacer. He took 3 millions off, and we measured it, and he was right. I mean, that's how precise we were. So even going to where I'm working now, doing the helicopters, the tolerances, they're tight, don't get me wrong, but I'm used to working in millions, So, when people ask me, how tight do you want to be? When I rebuild an engine, I'm tight,
Yeah. Because with helicopters, if it ain't right, the helicopters ain't right the first time. Because they say for every hour of flight, you have to do 1 hour of maintenance on the helicopter.
Oh, easily, if not more. And I'll tell you one thing, though. You remember with a helicopter, it's not like a car. If it stalls, you can't just get out,
Yep.
So, but anyway, like I said, it was I worked at a company called Lacey Manufacturing in Bridgeport, Connecticut for about 12 years. And in that shop, we had to learn every single job in the shop, ranging from operating a die cast machine to plastic molds to metal stampings to tooling to assembly equipment. everything. And we didn't have computers. We drew on vellum with, on a board. We had our T-square and our racing shields and all that stuff. So I learned on a board. In fact, when I went to college, initially they were just getting rid of slide rules and calculators were coming in. So I'm basically old school. I started, learning on a Bridgeport and a lathe and a grinder and, making 1, 2, 3 blocks and stuff like that. So it was a great experience learning all the stuff I learned. But then my parents sort of pushed me into becoming an engineer because that's what I went to college for. I really, thinking back on it, I wish I would have went to tool making and become a tool maker, because I probably would have had a heck of a lot more fun and made a lot more money because I just love working with my hands.
I went to a place called St. John's Workshop. I spent nearly 2.5 years learning how to basically make things from scratch, and doing from the cutting to the filing to welding to everything. And the guy was a mod. He's called a mod. He was a punk rocker person, a motorbike guy, fantastic guy. I worked with him many times, but he said, "I'm a fruitcake." I said, "Why?" And he explained to me, "Because you're too fast. You know too much." I said, "That's fine." But he showed me once. I learnt it. You have to, and I was like picking up his things, how he did things, but the way he did filing, and the way you have to do this and that. And he said, "Never drag it back, never do this." And he used to shout at people when you do it wrong. My foreman was, my boss was like, "Nah."
The best guys I ever learned from, I'll be honest with you, there was a guy, he's probably passed away now. His name was Cal John. I taught him how to use AutoCAD when AutoCAD was coming out.
Yeah.
And he, like I said, he was in his 80s when we worked together, and he worked at a place called Natco. It was one of the biggest tool and machine suppliers in the Detroit area years ago, called Natco, National Tool Company. And they made all the equipment that made engine blocks and cylinder heads, all the machining and stuff like that. Natco did them. And he taught me so much. I mean, the guy was in his 80s, but just things like, how do you design a gear? How do you make a gear train? How do you broach? How do you do involute splines? I mean, this guy taught me, but he did it manually. I mean, I look at some of the drawings when I worked at where I worked. I saw a machine that had 160 D-size sheets of drawings, okay? And then they had drawings that were 30 feet long, that the drafting tables were 50 feet long in these old shops, where the guys would stand up on the table. If you see the old videos, they'd stand up on the table and draw with their pencils and triangles and stuff like that. It was unbelievable. Because remember, years ago, they didn't have the technology, turn of the century and up until probably the late 30s, to stamp large stampings. So if you look back at old cars from the 20s and 30s, the roof was always open and there was like a piece of canvas or something. They didn't have the tooling or the technology and the presses to make stampings that big to do a full roof. So that's why you saw full roofs that were filled in come out in the 30s, in the mid to late 30s. That's when it started, because before then, they just didn't have the technology. And this guy would tell me about the old technology. When I worked in my first shop, they still had the belt drives, not used, but the leather belt drives on the ceiling, where a steam engine or an engine off a waterfall would turn all the cranks, and every machine had a leather belt coming from the ceiling, and the operator had a big wooden lever, and he'd engage and disengage. I mean, you still see it in some antique places now, and I think it's just totally cool. Not really safe. I mean, OSHA would kill you, but I tell you, it's just totally cool.
There was a place called Black Country here, a museum, and they store things like that. And you can go into the buildings and also see how the steam all worked, how all the old knitting machines worked, how the old engineering used to be. And some of it, I still like the old side of engineering, because sometimes you're just out in the middle of nowhere. You've got to use what is around you, you know what I mean?
Yep. Well, it's funny, the other day I had a comment from a couple of people saying, "Oh, you Rube Goldberg, that skid shoe, this and that." I said, you know what? I said, I'd rather Rube Goldberg it. And if no one knows Rube Goldberg, look it up. He's the guy that basically drew all these cartoons with made-up inventions where you'd put a ball in one end and go click, 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 and by the time it got to the other end, it did 150 things. Look up Rube Goldberg. But anyway, he was saying, "Oh, you cheaped out, blah, blah, blah." I said, listen, dude, I want the guy to be safe. I don't want his auger to scrape. I don't want his housing of a snowblower to scrape. The shoes themselves are gone on the bottom. I don't feel like whipping out my welder spending a half hour and then having to charge the guy because he'll say, I didn't tell you to do that. Well, you know what? I didn't have time to order them on Amazon and all that. So, hey, what did it cost me? Nothing.
Yeah.
I went to my Vice with a 5-pound hammer. I banged a 90, flipped him, deburred him. He's good for 2 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I got a lot of great comments, but a lot of complainers saying, "Oh, you did it half-assed." Well, you know what? Sometimes half-ass is better than no ass, right?
That's it.
So
There's a friend of ours has got a sweeper, and they have 2 blade guards at the bottom stop you hitting the ground.
Yep.
And they wore them away, and it kept hitting. And he said, "Why is it not working properly? Because there's no millimeter, no tolerance between the floor and the actual scraper of it."
Yep.
And he said, "Oh, what do I do?" I said, "Order a new pair of shoes, or you'll have to weld." And he said he tried welding 4 or 5 times, and he couldn't do it. He just didn't have the patience for it.
Yep. And Drew, how you feeling, buddy? Thomas?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
It's amazing what Time Hawk and PM.
I thought you were down for the count yesterday.
I was, then I kind of woke up.
There you go. All right. Good. Craigie, brother Craig, have a great day, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah,
hey,
I'm thinking about
There's our friend John. Welcome, John.
Be quiet, Scott.
Yeah. I'm thinking about pulling that female plug off my Powercraft and looking at them connectors and seeing that
for
thing
what?
could be
For what,
clean.
Robert? Connector for what?
That Powercraft mower.
Yeah.
Buy more. I got to do something to get this thing back up and running. But I'm thinking there's probably dirty contacts on the female part of the plug that goes into the key switch.
Did you try jumping it, though? Like taking off each individual lead and then just jumping it with jumper wires? I would jump it first to make sure the connector itself, all the wires are working properly. Just use jumper leads. Take a piece of wire, strip off the ends, and make jumpers just to test. Just don't put power to the magneto switch on that key switch. You'll fry it. That's the only thing I can tell you. Do not put 12 volts to the magneto kill wire.
Yeah.
But I've done that before to prove out the switch. I'll actually take the plug, take some jumper wires, and jump out each circuit to make sure everything's working.
Oh, and when you get a chance, that one, I'm trying to think what that was you sent me that time. The model numbers and stuff for that,
what was that for the Craftsman?
transmission? That transmission?
Yeah. For the Peerless. No, what was that? A hydro gear. Hydro gear. Yep.
Yeah, because I had that message on my phone, but I can't find it again. I had to buy another phone.
I should still have it on my phone.
Yeah. But, you know.
Yeah. Mikey Yo-Yo, good morning. Vince Trombley, let me read that. Fixed a mower for our CEO at work. Didn't want to buy anything. Filter was horrible. Blade was shot. Did everything. He wouldn't budge. Hey, there are some people, especially the ones that have a little bit of this, that either they're totally cheap and don't want to do anything, or they want it for nothing. You know.
Yep.
I fixed a mower one time for a guy that owned one of the companies I worked for, and it worked fine, but I really wanted to change out the carburetor, but he didn't want to spend the money. It was like $50. And I said, well, it's got some internal crud in it. I said, the ultrasonic didn't work. I said, still gonna hunt a little bit. You know, I said, I tried. So he starts yelling, screaming, you don't know what you're doing, this and that. I'm like, dude, buy the new carb. It'll be fixed. I don't want to spend the money. You should be able to fix it. And I'm saying, sometimes you can't fix everything.
No, you can't.
It's a matter of throw it in the garbage and get something new. You know, people think because you have an ultrasonic tank, everything is fixable. You put a carburetor in that's been sitting for 30 years, all turned up, throw it in the ultrasonic, it'll be fine. Not necessarily.
Yeah. You know? Tina, I'll have a bacon egg sandwich, please.
Oh, what is Tina making breakfast? Oh, lunch. Oh, that's right. You guys are 5 hours ahead of us. It's already afternoon there. Take care, Tina. We'll see you, buddy. Babe.
I've got roast pork to sort out in a minute.
Oh, I'm still. Oh, what do you got, Briggs? What is that? Hold on.
I gotta ask you something, Ken. If I get this thing to work, you see that?
Was that throw off fork?
No, yeah, it's a control arm for my T100, right?
Yep. Oh, okay.
They discontinued it. That's a used one. Okay.
Yeah.
And let me see here. This It is. It'll focus. That's an
We're dizzy.
aftermarket one for the plain Jane Toyota pickup.
Yeah. Why is it different?
Does that look the same to you?
I said, why is it different?
It's got that little nub on the corner.
Yeah. Was that just a stop, or is that like a steering stop?
That's the ABS. That's where the ABS module goes. But my truck don't have ABS.
Well,
but
you just cut it off.
I don't know. Yeah, I know, but don't it look the same? Like it would work?
Yeah,
I mean,
as long
there's
as
the stock.
Physically, yeah, physically, as long as it's the same, right?
Yeah, it looks the same physically.
Now you got to go to the dealer for that, or is it aftermarket?
That's aftermarket.
Yeah, okay.
It's the reason why I think it'll work because they made the Toyota pickup from 89 to 85 the same. Then they brought back the Toyota Hilux from like 2001 to 2005. But the upper control arms on the T100, the plain Jane Toyota pickup truck, and the Hilux are all the same. The upper control arms are the same on the 4-wheel drive as well as the 2-wheel drive. So the way I look at it is that control arm for that plain Jane Toyota should be the same length as my T100 because it uses the same control arm on the upper.
Yeah. Huh.
The discontinuing parts is like crazy.
All you can do is try and fit it. You know what I mean?
Hey, worst case, Scotty.
Yeah. I just don't want to buy. Yep. I just don't want to buy a new truck. Everyone says buy a new truck because it's 25 years old, but everyone's seen that truck. There's zero rust on it. And I use it as a weekend warrior truck.
Mine, Scotty. My truck's 14 years old, and they're like, "How old is it?" I was like, "Yeah, but it was kept up nice."
I take care of it. It's just that's the problem with T100s. The control arms rust out, and the backing plates on the rear brakes rust out. I found the backing plates; they're $300 a side. It's either so I got to bite the bullet, and pay $300 a side.
Holy cow!
For backing plates, and they're kind of important because they hold your master cylinder, your wheel cylinder, and your brakes in place.
Yeah.
So you kind of need them. But that's a tough job to do, though, because you got to literally take apart the axle, take out the axles, pull the axles out just to get to those backing plates. That's going to be a weekend job come spring.
Sounds like it.
Oh, I'm sure Ken's done. You ever done a backing plate on a drum brake? You literally got to take and drain your rear end.
Oh, yeah.
Pull the clip out and pull your axle out. And I know a guy that did it, and he said, and I told him you got to change the axle seals. Nah. They didn't leak before. They won't leak again.
Was it all rotted, Scotty?
Okay.
Is it rotted? Why you got to change the backing plate?
What's that?
Why do you have to change the backing plate? Is it all rotted?
I can pull it off with my bare hand.
Oh, wow.
I can pull pieces off with my bare hand.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, they're shot. They use cheap steel on those backing plates. The dust shields in the front were gone, and they discontinued them. I just bought some universal ones and re-drilled a few holes and made them.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
I look at it this way. I changed the backing plates, those control arms upper and lower, put new ball joints in upper and lower. That truck will last another 10 years.
Oh, yeah. I tell you, my truck, like I said, it's paid off, all that stuff. And, I see these people, especially where I work, people make decent money. They're going out, they're spending literally, one guy spent $100,000 on a Ford King Ranch pickup. $100,000. That's a house.
I was going to tell you next year when you fluid, did you buy the fluid, a 5-gallon bucket of that fluid film, or?
Yeah, it was on sale for about $180, so I bought the 5-gallon pail.
How much of that did you use?
No, I haven't even opened it yet. My buddy still had some left over from his. The problem was when we did it, it was a cold day, and you know how it gets like jelly?
Mm-hmm.
It was a little tough to spray. So ironically, I was watching Andrew Camerata, who I love. I mean, I love watching Andrew's channel. Him and Diesel Creek are the two that I live vicariously through those guys. But anyway, Andrew took a hot plate and he actually heated up the fluid film, then put it in the gun, then sprayed it. So I never thought to heat it up, So.
Oh yeah. I do that. Did you take your taillights out and spray over your wheel wells that way?
I did that with the spray can, though. I actually had bought a couple of the spray cans of it, and I did it that way because I didn't. My buddy did it from his shop. I didn't have that, so I bought a few cans. Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
You took out your taillights and sprayed.
Though I never thought about that. Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah. You take out your taillights and spray over the wheel wells.
Yeah.
That other guy, what do you call him? The rural. He lives in Vermont somewhere.
Which one are we talking about?
They call him. He lives up in Vermont. His YouTube channel called Rural something.
Rural
Vermont farmer.
Yeah, he just bought a 2006 or 2007 Duramax diesel. He was driving home. Oops, ran out of gas. But then he finally got home. But he's gonna have to replace the rocker panels and stuff on it. But he was wondering, should I keep it or should I sell it?
Diesel, definitely. I'd love to have a diesel. You know, the problem is for what I really use a truck for, the Hemi with what it is fine for me. But I just love the torque of a diesel. My buddy, my good friend Rich, my best friend, he's got a few diesels, and I tell you, you put it in first gear, you can walk alongside the truck and he'll pull a stump out. It's all torque. It's unbelievable. You know, it's unbelievable.
But luckily, this truck he had an Allison transmission in it. I'm like, Allison's a good transmission.
Oh yeah, very good. Yep.
But
I think the Allisons are available on the GM Duramax standard as an option, but the Cummins, I don't know if you can get them. My friend actually had one on an older truck he bought an Allison for, but I don't know if they're standard now on the Cummins. I think it's an option on the Duramax if you're a GM guy.
Yeah. I seen one on the side of the road one day. It was, I think, of 2013. This truck looked pretty, but they wanted $35,000 for it. But the thing
that's
is,
cheap, though. That's actually cheap. I mean, I've seen 5 to 10-year-old diesel trucks still bringing $40,000-$50,000.
But
because brand new, they were $80,000. It was crazy.
It was like 3 years ago. I went up. I saw them, and I almost bought a truck. I went up to a Ford dealership. I said, "You guys got a plain Jane pickup with an 8-foot bed, rear-wheel drive, just a plain truck." Guy showed me one. Point to it right out there. 6-liter V8, manual windows. Love manual windows. I hate power windows in a truck. You know, they just something else could go wrong. 8-foot bed. What do you think? What do you think the monthly payments were on that truck for? And it was 8-year financing. He told me the monthly payments, and I start coughing. He thought,
what about $700?
$685. $685 a month for 8 years. I said, that's more than my house.
Yeah.
But
sorry, hold on.
He called me 3 days in a row, wanted to know why I didn't buy it.
Yeah.
I feel like Einstein this morning, you know?
You look like Einstein.
You look like Einstein.
Hey, but Einstein was from Jersey too, right? He lived in Jersey over by the college, by Princeton.
Yeah, but he was originally from Germany.
Yeah, we got him in the during all that World War II stuff.
Schweinhunds.
Yeah.
Dummkopf.
So give us your prediction of the future, Mr. Albert.
There you go. Yeah, you do with the sweater too. You got the Einstein sweater on, Kevin.
We're in for a beating.
You got that right.
We're in for a beating.
Till Trump gets out of office, he's in some deep caca for letting that go on at the Capitol building, letting them people just run through there like they owned it.
Hey,
this country is for a civil war.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're gonna have another beatdown. If it happens, I hope I'm gone.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping
unless you're gonna die in the next year.
But
really, don't buy. Freeze your 401ks if you got one. That's what I've been telling people. Stop. Just freeze them where they're at.
Put it under the mattress.
Freeze them. No, stop. You close out all the. You close all the. You stop all the investments and just add to it, but don't have any investments. In other words.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you want to break in this? Kevin, I'll make you laugh at something, Kevin.
I'm sorry?
Kevin, somebody in Bournemouth, UK, right, got fined for sitting on a park bench drinking a flask of tea. They got fined £250.
For drinking tea on a park bench.
Yes, in a lockdown.
Oh my
Oh, because
God.
Cool.
that's why he got the summons, because he was outside during the lockdown.
But he was having a break. He was doing walking around. He was doing what he normally does, having a quick break. And the thing is, the rules state he's not with anybody. He's on his own. And it was on the news today. It was quite spectacular. That I don't get the gist of it until I watch it later.
They're desperate for money also, so they want some of yours.
Yep.
They're not going to get it.
No,
The problem is they've already got it.
but you know, I was talking about that truck, Ken. Now the thing is, if you have $35,000 sitting around, great. But if you go to the bank, they gonna probably pull out that Kelly Blue Book and say, "Nope, you're supposed to worth this."
You'd be surprised how vehicles are holding their value now.
Yeah.
Oh,
that truck.
My 25-year-old truck. I bet you I could get $8 grand out of it.
Oh yeah,
all day long, because there's no rust on it.
I know here where I am, property taxes are crazy. I had a friend of mine has a brand new truck, paid about $70,000 for it. He's paying almost $4,000 a year property tax in the town he lives in. Property tax.
That's because Connecticut charges you on the personal properties you own.
Yep. Your house, your vehicle.
Yep. So doesn't Virginia.
Yep.
Yeah.
Virginia does too. What, you pay? You pay that personal property tax on your vehicle?
Yep.
Connecticut does, not New Jersey.
Yeah. Between his house and his 3 or 4 vehicles, he's paying almost $30,000 a year just in personal property taxes.
Ooh.
Just to live in a house and drive 3 vehicles, about $30,000 a year. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Not being nosy, Ken. So what they charge you for your truck?
My truck, it's about $220 a year property tax.
Wow.
Well, there's another state I can mark off my list.
Yeah. My S10, my little S10 was cheap. It was about $80 a year because didn't really have much of a value. But that was a 20-year-old S10.
That is
It is. But here's the real funny thing, Scott. You say to yourself, where's that money going? My road hasn't been paved since 1959. Where's that money going? Right?
I know that's right.
So,
somewhere else.
Yep, not my road. I tell you that. I got potholes.
I grew up on the
street. They spray the rubber on my street all the time just for the cracks. They spray it with the rubber, but you know what? The rubber doesn't fix this.
Yeah.
So.
I grew up on a street called Morningside Drive. Nice old street, and there was a neighbor on that street. His father's house was the first house built on that street in 1890. It was a dirt path when that house was built, and he grew up in that house, worked for New York State Electric and Gas, and came home every weekend. The flood of '72 went right over the top of that house, and his father told him to tear it down after he gave it to him. He wouldn't tear down his childhood home, and he rebuilt it. And everyone had a septic tank. Town said, we won't pave until everyone's hooked on a septic tank. Everyone got hooked to a septic tank one by one over the course of 10 years. He said, okay, everyone's hooked to a septic tank. Septic. We had septic. We had to hook to the sewer. Excuse me.
Yeah.
You had to hook up service.
In my town, Scott, they give you a 30-year assessment because it's so expensive to hook up. Okay. Some people elect to do it themselves, hire a contractor. But I've heard of, depending on how big your lot is and how far around the house you got to go, it's like 30, 40 grand to hook up, dig up your whole yard, and then hook up to the street, 12 feet below grade. It's not cheap.
Well, we had my father's house at the time was still hooked up to the septic in the backyard. And it went from the back of the front of the house to all the way through and went out the back of the house. So my father went up, borrowed the rented one of those small excavators. I was 12 years old. He had me, my brother, and all 6 of us kids were out there digging that hole. He says, because back then they want 20 grand just to dig the hole. My father says, I got 6 kids. I got shovels. It took us a week to dig that.
Hey, for that kind of money back then, you could have bought a used excavator and done it yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yep, we dug that hole all the way to the street. We put in a new sidewalk at the same time. Dug the hole all the way. Got got the contractor came in, looked at, he said, how the hell did you do that? My father says, right there, 6 kids. I told him, if you guys want to take a dump, you better start digging. And we dug that hole, that trench ourselves, brought in a dump truck load of sand. They came in, they charged us $300 to hook to the sewer when it was all said and done. We filled it, put the sand down, the gravel, and it took us 4 or 5 days to fill that hole and filled it in, did it ourselves. But then we got that all done. The same guy, we call him the mayor of the street, went up to the town. Okay, everyone took to the sewer. When are we getting our street paved? And they said, well, not in the town budget. He said, oh, but the people living around, he said, I noticed the town council's had his paved twice in the last 10 years. And it was scheduled to be done. We did a riot. That was back in the 80s. We blocked them.
Sparky, do me a favor. If you can get onto Steve's Small Engine Saloon's website and put the link out for his live stream today. Steve, for those who don't know, Steve's Small Engine Saloon is good friends with Donnie Boy 73. And he's going to have a live stream today at 3 p.m. Eastern time featuring Donnie live. You never see Donnie live. He's such a busy guy. Steve's getting live today about 3 p.m. Eastern, so you may want to check that out. I know Donnie Boy started me out. When I saw his videos, that's what gave me the start. So it'll be interesting to see him live. You've seen him helping out a kid named David with small engines lately on his channel, but now it's going to be Donnie Boy actually live. So it's going to be pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, we're talking about septic and sewers and everything. I built this house 25 years. Hey, Henry.
Hey, how you doing?
Morning. We built this house 25 years ago, and the builder actually put the septic in behind the house for us. And I had a well company come in and drill the well. My well is 125 feet deep. I get 30 gallons a minute.
Oh my God! Here it's about 800 feet just to even hit water.
Yeah. Well, they hit water at they hit a piece of rock at 90 feet. They went through that, and then another 35 feet. They got 80 gallons a minute.
Yeah, as long as it's potable, though, right? You got to make sure it's potable water.
Yeah. And then so they tested the well. Everything was good there. They backfilled the well to 70 feet. They put casing in down through that piece of rock that they went through. Yep. They backfilled it to 70 feet with washed gravel. And then I still got 30 gallons a minute.
Wow. But how is it, mineral-wise? How is it?
It's fine. Fine. We have a water softener in the house anyway, and that's fine. The water is tasty.
How often do you have to put salt in your softener?
It all depends on it's based on how many people are using the water. So how many gallons go through the system, and then it regenerates.
Do you ever get put spots on your cars and stuff when you wash your cars?
No. The snow does that. I don't worry about washing my cars. When it rains, it washes them. But 25 years ago, my well and septic. Anybody put a wild guess on what that cost to have done?
Well, normally I think
probably about 40 grand.
About 40 grand, but you probably got a good deal. Yeah.
4,000.
Yeah, $4,000.
I would say that'd be the tip to the contractor.
Yeah. The septic was 2,500 and the well was 15.
Wow. Around here, a well company, I think it's $2 grand just to have them come out and look at your property,
Yeah.
But around here, though, Kevin, everything is ledge. So whatever you got to go down.
Oh yeah, they got to chisel through ledge. Yeah.
Yeah. When I opened up my horse stable, I had a 300-foot deep well, and I was going to have 20 horses, and that was going to drain the well quickly. So I had them re-drill, and they had to go down 675 feet, so they'd have enough water so I could use it for the house and the horses.
Yeah.
But the recovery wasn't that fast. It's just the fact that I had the 675 feet deep as a storage,
Yeah.
So I was able to do everything.
Dick is asking Kevin, he's asking that your water supply is shut off of all. I don't know if Dick understands how we get well water here in the States. I don't know if you want to explain that, Kevin.
Well, you've got to drill until they hit water. It's an underground aquifer or stream that runs through the layers, and they drill down to the point where they start getting water, and they let that run for several hours, let it aspirate through the ground out to the surface, and then they check and see how long it takes for it to clear. You'll get mud, sediment, rock, dust, and everything else that comes up with it. If it doesn't clear, they'll test the water and see why it's not clearing, and you might have just hit an underground pond, let's say, and anything that stirs up in that pond is going to come up through your well. But when they dug mine, I've got a high water table where I live, and I was told to be careful how deep my basement is, because if I hit water, I'm going to have a flooded basement.
Yeah.
Yep. But we were lucky; we didn't hit water. As I said, the well was 125 feet deep, and they hit 80 gallons a minute. And they tested to see how deep the aquifer was, the stream underground. And it's about 12 feet from base to surface.
Yeah, 80 is crazy. 80 is like city water pressure. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's 80 gallons a minute.
Or gallons a minute, I'm saying. That's crazy, though. That's like getting city water, you know?
Yeah. But after they backfilled that and I got 30 gallons a minute, I have 3 outside spigots, 2 on the house and 1 on the garage. And I turned all 3 of them on full bore. And it took over 3 hours before I start pulling a little bit of dust, brownish color to the water. So I know that I've got a good flow of water underground.
Yeah. Now,
Kevin, what day we're talking about M&M's? Something about didn't you have a bunch of different M&M's last week?
I still have them. You want some?
I think Edward Thomas wants some.
Yeah.
Did you have, what was a weird flavor? Did you have mint or something?
Yeah.
Changed so much. Things have changed so much. It costed things like here's a post I saw. It's kind of funny.
Yeah,
some guy was showing from 1965 was showing an ad. 1965, he couldn't sell bacon. It was against the law to sell bacon on Sundays, but he could sell eggs because of the blue law. And Lucky could you imagine Lucky being told, hey, you can't sell bacon on Sundays, it's against the law.
Hey, I remember growing up, I grew up next to a shopping center, and Sunday, the only thing that was open in that shopping center, the drugstore, the bagel store, and the movie theater. That's it. Everything else was closed. It was Sunday. It was the day to go to church and relax, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, there's the mint.
I like me M&M's. I do. I like the proper M&M's with the peanuts.
Oh, yeah.
I got to have my passport of this.
What's that? Yeah.
I've not had the coconut.
Eggnog.
Sound nice.
Eggnog. They're still selling it? I thought I was first. Go on.
Hi, Tim.
Nope. We still got eggnog.
Nice.
Morning, Tim.
White chocolate peanut.
Yeah, I like that.
I can't stand it. I like to play M&M's. The old-fashioned M&M's. Give me peanut butter. That's it.
Our M&M pack is about £2.50 here. I need $3 or $4 a pack. It's ridiculous.
Kevin, who do you know at Mars Candy? Anybody?
No, but they're only they're in Hackettstown. They're only about 20 minutes away from me.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're down there.
But I don't know that they.
Tablet.
I don't know if the factory also sells them. I could find out, because then I could buy them right there. Just tell them, say, I want to send a case over to the UK.
Yeah, you're talking about wells before, just for the hell of it. You know, I was thinking about lawns and stuff like that. And most of the people around here that have city water will actually have a well dug for irrigation, you know, for their lawns.
Right. Yeah.
And, but I called up and they wanted just to put in a small well, because where I live or whatever, he said you probably got to go down 400 feet. He wanted about $8,000. That was about 4 or 5 years ago. Just for the grass. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. That's when you just put the rain barrels at the end of your gutters.
Yeah. Yep.
It's illegal in some areas.
Yeah, well, you know what it is too now with the rain barrels around here too, because of mosquitoes. You just have to make sure it's sealed, you know, so the mosquitoes can't collect.
They can't lay their eggs and reproduce.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
but
friend.
You can also. put a few drops of vegetable oil on the top of the water.
Oh, okay.
And the mosquitoes, when they lay their eggs on the water, the oil collects right on the egg.
Yep.
And it suffocates the egg.
Oh wow, I never heard of that.
That and a circulation pump. They can't if the water's spinning, they can't do it.
Moving, yeah, because I noticed this summer even little puddles, even if it was just a puddle, you saw the little
you'll see
larva.
them.
Yep.
They'll be floating around in there.
And around here, that the mosquito diseases and all that stuff in Connecticut, it's crazy. Especially it's Henry, was it North Stonington? I think it is like the worst for West Nile in the whole state.
Wow.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, it's in over toward Rhode Island, that area of Connecticut. But they actually, I've seen them on the news with the fogger trucks spraying the towns. It's like, oh my God, it was crazy.
Yeah.
If you want to get connected,
I have 4 bug zappers in my yard. It looks like the 4th of July in the summertime going on.
You want to keep the mosquitoes away. If you're going to have an outdoor party, you get a 10-pound block of dry ice and put it off in the side somewhere. Yeah. The carbon dioxide is what they're attracted to.
Oh, really? Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. Mosquitoes go for the carbon dioxide. That's why if you breathe, and they'll see them start to hover around.
But that's why all those mosquito traps, they produce the carbon dioxide with the, what do they use, propane or something to produce the CO or CO2? Yeah.
Yep.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, like I say, in the UK, we've got connections to do new houses. It's about $4,500 UK money. It's about $6,000 dollars. But gas, electricity, and water all connected at the same time. It's about £12,000.
Wow.
And that's if you're near the road, and they try and rip you off. I mean, my friends Steve and Danny had their properties next door to each other. They chipped in together. They thought it would be cheaper. It wasn't. It was very expensive. And I was looking for 2 days trying to set it up, so I get gas, electricity, and water. It's crazy how expensive they are in the UK.
Well, it's like anywhere. If you have the money, we'll be more than happy to take it.
There you go. There's a price on everything.
Yeah.
What's up?
I was thinking of moving to Delaware, and they have a real bad problem with the water there because they grow so much corn and the fertilizer.
The water is so polluted.
Yeah. Why Delaware though, Henry? Taxes or what?
Well, everything in Delaware is a lot cheaper. There's no house tax, no car tax.
Well, that's why everyone's incorporated there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was going to be a fantastic place to live, but since my dad's all alone, changed all those plans. Yeah, but water is very expensive there if you're gonna buy water from the cities.
Well, it's got to all be purified. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, like us here, they put too much. I don't know if it's chlorine or what, but I could put a glass of drinking water from my faucet on the table for an hour. When I go back, it smells like a swimming pool.
Yeah.
That's why I bought the big water container, the 5-gallon drums.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I should do that. They say buy the water, the little plastic machine or whatever, and just buy the 5-gallon jugs. It's cheaper than buying the bottles, right?
Yeah, Dick Small Engines. I totally agree with her. Yeah,
I got a water tower. I got the water tower that cools it and off, heats.
Yep. The water here, they put something into it to get rid of the color of brown.
Well, here they had manganese. It was turning the faucets red. I thought it was copper, but they said it was manganese.
Manganese,
yeah.
The problem we have here in town.
But the thing with us is we're close. We have a pumping station literally at the top of my street. There's a pumping station. So every time they flush or do anything, we get all kinds of funky stuff. They'll actually tell us that they're going to flush it or do something, and don't, flush your toilets a few times or whatever,
It's like where we live at the moment, where we used to live in Lincolnshire. You used to flush one toilet at one end of the street and the other end, and you could smell it through the drains.
Oh, wow. Well, that's what they say too, especially like in my house. I have a sink downstairs. I use that often, like a utility sink. I got to make sure I run the faucet once a day because if the peat trap dries up, yeah, the sour gas, you'll smell it. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I have, as I said, it's septic here. I've got, in my garage, I've got a full bathroom with a stall shower and all. I've never used the shower. It's been there for 20 plus years, but I put it in because there was no additional cost for me to get the permits or have it done.
Yeah.
So I said, well, screw it. I'll put it in. It's a selling point if we sell the house or if the house gets sold because we passed, and it's like, wow, perfect spot.
Yeah.
Somebody could make an office building out of the garage,
Yep.
you know, use it as a business application, or it's they could turn it into a guest house.
Now, is that heated or something, or do you have to put antifreeze in there to keep it from freezing, or what?
The garage?
Where the
No.
toilet is there? I mean, it's outside,
Oh,
right?
no, it's I'm inside my garage. It's 30 by 40.
Yeah, but I'm saying
And,
where the plumbing and everything is that a fully heated space?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've got electric baseboard in the bathroom that I keep set on 50, but I've got forced air heat in the garage.
Oh, nice.
With a vent into the bathroom, so it gets heat from the hot air.
Yeah. One thing I noticed in the room I'm in now, this is a cathedral ceiling. It's 10 by 20, and it's 10 by 20 with a 10-foot ceiling. But I have an 8-foot baseboard. It's just a regular. I don't know if you can see it. It's hidden by the green screen.
Electric baseboard, or
it's an 8-foot electric, regular electric 8-foot pure resistant heat baseboard. Okay.
Yeah.
I used to come in here on like a 20-degree day. I'd turn on that baseboard. It would take an hour or two to warm it up in here, but the floor is tile. Below that is my garage, and it's concrete all the way around. Even though I insulated, it was freezing in here. What I did this year, the first time ever in like almost 25 years, I said, you know what? Screw this. I'm going to keep the slider. I have an insulated slider going into the house. Kept the slider open, turned my heat in my house to normal heat, turned on this radiator for 70 degrees. My electric bill was like nothing because I'm only trying to keep it maintained, and it's using the heat from the house too. I should have done that 25 years ago. I thought it'd be so expensive to run this baseboard.
Also, you got a slab underneath you, and it's right by your garage. You actually drive under your house if you want to, your garage.
Yeah. But I have insulation.
And put a wood burner in that base.
Oh, Kevin's going to make us sick with an electric bill. Wait a minute. Let's see what we got.
Jersey Central Power and Light.
Yeah.
That's my current bill.
Oh.
Why is that, Kevin? What do you have, solar? Or what do you have?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I could show you one from last year at this time with Christmas and everything else, like a $400 electric bill.
Yeah. And here's the credit that's on my electric bill.
Oh, they're actually paying you? Wow. You're feeding the grid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that $2.78 is what they take off of that $3.93 every month.
Wow.
So that's going to last me 12 years.
Well, now question though, Kevin, how did that affect your homeowner's insurance? My homeowner's insurance, my house, I have full sun 24/7, front and rear, full sun. They're dying to throw panels on my roof. But my homeowner's insurance, I actually called them. They were going to drop me saying, fire hazard, the batteries, this, that. I mean, what'd you run into?
Nothing, because I'm ground mount.
Oh, okay.
Mine's off the side of the house on a separate mount on the ground.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, because they're going crazy around here.
But around here, you have to pay for it. I ain't got 30 grand laying around for solar panels.
Well, don't feel bad.
Wait, hold on. Who is Mrs. Briggs? I just saw it. Who is Mrs. Briggs?
10 years ago, 2011.
Okay.
2011, I paid $61,000.
Oh.
I was about to say who's Mrs. Briggs is.
Yeah, I was going to say, but there
ain't no Mrs. Briggs.
Yeah.
Anyway,
hello.
Because I was about to do something, and I was about to ask you the same thing.
Yeah, well, I just looked. And I saw this purple. I go, who is that? I see Mrs. Briggs. I go, Scotty not telling us something?
Yeah, I've got a funny feeling Mrs. Briggs is somebody we all know, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So, well, like I said, I did my video yesterday, and I usually don't get any thumbs down, but bingo, I got one in about 5 seconds. I was like, thank you. That's all right.
Yeah, that's someone stalking me. They're playing troll with me.
You're a popular guy, Scott. Popular guy.
Hey,
Hey,
you know something? I don't care.
Yep.
It's probably I got an idea who
we
it
got to meet
is.
up for coffee.
I don't care.
What's on the agenda for today, Scott?
Right now, I'm gonna be lazy.
No car repair, no truck repair. I mean, usually you got something going on.
I'm gonna be lazy today.
Well, we got the playoffs going on, the wild card playoffs. So those that are into American football, that'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the last football game I watched was 1982 Super Bowl with Joe Montana and the 49ers.
Oh yeah, is Mick here? Or is he someone calling out to Mick?
Oh dear.
Sparky, did you ever find a link for Steve Small
I've done it already. I've been doing it.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it, mate. Don't worry.
Yeah, it should be interesting. I'd love to, Donnie Boy live. That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
In fact, I went on Steve's website the other day and I ordered a sweatshirt or something.
Yeah.
It's funny though. Steve Small Engine Saloon, and he really doesn't drink, so that's pretty cool.
Mr. Briggs has got to be. Yeah. I'm not saying a word. I'm going to stay quiet on the subject.
Yeah, those of you that see Sparky's link, Steve Small Engine Saloon, today at 3 p.m. Eastern Time is going to have Donnie Boy 73, the originator of the Small Engine YouTube channels. He will be live with Steve this afternoon, so check it out. It'll be interesting.
Hey, if that's you, Mrs. Briggs, you didn't pay dog support for 10 years or mortgage payments for 10 years, so you might want to send me your info because you owe me some back money. That's about 50, 60 grand worth there, so get a hold of me.
Oh, what is? Oh, we're over an hour. I'll be on for a few more minutes. Like today is going to be an on-the-road repair. One of my customers, who's about 5 miles away, wants me to tune up the Troy-built Storm 2410, which is actually an MTD. There's no grease fittings on it because they use plastic bushings. It's got one of those Powermore engines, so it's a 10 millimeter nut on the oil drain, and that's it. You don't do anything to it.
Take care, Tim. Look after yourself, mate.
Take care, Tim. We'll see you. We'll see you on Dusty's later, probably.
Yeah.
See you, Tim.
Yeah, Dusty's today at 2 p.m. Eastern U.S. time, which is 7 p.m. UK time.
UK time. Yep.
Yep.
Depends how many drinks you can have.
Yep. Christian, I don't see your face. This Christian Siegler guy, you got a face? I need to see face.
So, Henry, what's for snack? Oh,
Christian, touch your nose, Christian, so I know it's you.
He's going to have an orangi.
Yeah.
Christian, if you touch your nose, I'll know it's you, and I could let you in. Not yet.
Yeah.
OJ,
So what's everyone's
OJ
plans
is
then
always
today? Anything nice besides chilling out? Yeah.
Christian, touch your nose, pal. If you touch your nose and I see you touching it. All right, there you go. Welcome, Christian. How you doing, pal?
Good.
What's going on?
How are you?
What are you into, Christian? I see GMC Sierra. Are you into trucks?
Yeah, I got some trucks. I got cars, lawnmowers.
Uh-oh. What do you fix? You like fixing stuff?
Yeah, I got a couple lawnmowers that need some work.
You making money at it, or you just doing it for fun?
Nah, I just do it for fun most of the time.
You got to do it for money, buddy. Do it for money. You tell you, it's good money in it. What area of the country are you from?
Virginia, Luray.
Oh, okay.
I'm
So a
up
little
here at the
chilly
cabin.
down there. Yeah, cool. Well, appreciate you
Yeah.
coming
Great
on.
Virginia, near Culpeper County.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep, it's near Luray Caverns too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Briggs knows everything.
Luray Caverns many times.
Driving or just going through, Scott?
No, I got my uncle lives in Luray, Virginia.
Oh, nice.
Oh, dear.
So, Christian, what are you working on, pal?
There's,
Anything you can show us? Ooh, look at that. Let
Yeah.
me zoom in. Hold on. Let's see what Christian's got. What's that? An old Skylark or something?
Yeah, Buicks.
Yeah, there you go. It was like a 1970, 71, 72, something like that.
70.
There you
Right
go.
there's the deal.
Too bad it's not a
354.
450. Yeah, I was gonna say a 455 GS, right? No, I doubt it. Probably a 350.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's a Skylark, but I'm putting a 455 in it. I got the motor all the way back here.
Wait. You're putting a four. How old are you, Christian?
13?
You're putting a 455 in. How old?
13?
And you're putting a 455. God bless you. Oh my gosh. The youth of
Yeah.
America, they were all like that. Look at that.
I can't
Boy.
find a 350 because all the 350s I find are locked up, so I was just going to put a 455 in and be done with it.
Hey.
That's it. That's it. Make it a sleeper.
Nothing like cubic
Make it a
inches,
sleeper.
right? Wow. What are you gonna put, like a turbo 400 in it or what?
No, we got a turbo 350 we're going to get rebuilt.
Yeah, that'll work. What about rear end? What do you got? 10 bolt, 12 bolt? What?
I think it's got 12 bolt in it, I'm pretty sure.
Really? Wow.
It's a post, though, Skylark post. I'm surprised
Yep.
it's got all this chrome on it.
Yeah, usually sedans and stuff. Not bad though. How many miles on that thing?
Let's see.
I think it's got 170-some thousand. Ain't
There
really
you
got
go.
that many. I don't know
Looks
if I
like
can
you got.
say that.
Looks like you got a lot of stuff in that garage. Now, who in the family's mechanics? You got your dad or brothers or anybody? Who's the mechanic in the house beside you?
My dad and my grandfather. I'm the only
Nice.
child, so.
Hey, you're lucky. Now it'd be all spent on you. Cool.
Now door won't open. Yeah,
That's
that
at
door's
455. That's what I got in my Buick.
locked. Really?
Yeah, but
They
he's
run
got a
pretty
big
good.
Buick. What's your Sky? What do you got? The Electra, Scotty?
Yeah, 71 Buick Electra, 4-door.
Yeah.
That's what we got. That's what we got the motor out of this for.
Nice.
This motor
That's
is
a nice garage. You got a lot. Oh, there you go. Beautiful.
there's a 350. That's
Yeah.
for my dad's girlfriend's cars. So.
What's
Yeah.
under the tarp? That looks kind of hot over there. What's under that?
My dad's car.
Ooh,
nice.
a GS? What is that? Or a
GS.
Cutlass? Oh, a GS. Look at that. Is it GSX or is it just a GX?
Just a GS. Well, it was a Skylark. We
Yeah.
got it. Dad put a big block Chevy in it. It's got a 502.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I'd show you if I could get the hood open, but he's got it kind of rigged on here with my
No,
grill
that's
and
all
my
right.
bumper.
It's just
This
nice.
is my
It's
bumper.
nice seeing young men get into old cars because you don't
That's
see
it.
it now. Usually they're in front of computers. It's really nice to see a young man really getting wrenched up and greasy for a change.
Oh, yeah. I've took a lot of stuff apart. I had to switch the transmission on my Catalina, and I
Nice.
took the transmission out of it. I started taking that 200
Pontiac
apart.
Catalina.
Right.
I bet you if I talked to half the kids your age, they wouldn't even know what a transmission is.
That's right.
No.
My father had a 66 Pontiac Catalina convertible with a 389 big block.
Wow.
Really? Mine's just got the little 301 in her.
Yep. Now you guys are like, it looks like you're a Buick family there, Christian.
Yeah, my dad loves Buicks. My great grandma had one, and he was trying to find that one, so he just bought all these.
Nice.
Try to make up for the one he
Oh,
lost.
my uncle's got a 67 Catalina. He lives right off of 522 in Luray, Virginia.
Yeah, mine's 10 years newer than his. Mine's 77.
Nice.
That is so cool. Oh,
Here's my dad.
just to hear kids talk about old cars is refreshing. You know, you don't hear about it anymore. It's always about video games. Oh, what do you got? Weld wheels? Nice.
Yeah, that's my dad's drag car.
Oh, no kidding. What class does he run? He do brackets or is he a class car?
Street races.
Okay. Wow.
Here's the roll cage.
Nice.
Got roll cage in it.
Wow.
We got it. Believe it or not, we got this car at a junkyard, and it was sitting there for about 10 years. This guy offered it to Dad. Dad took it. It was yellow. It was the color of this fender when we got it.
Wow.
Dad painted it. And
Hey,
now he's working on this stuff.
All I could say, Christian, is learn as much as you can and just soak it up and you know, what are you thinking about for a career? Are you thinking about, I know you're young, but are you thinking about any kind of career yet?
Mechanic, maybe?
Beauty. Oh, absolutely. We definitely need
Old
those.
school mechanic.
Oh yeah, hot
Old
rod
school
shop.
mechanic.
Hot rods. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I worked
All right.
on a farm for a while, though. I did
Those
work
are
on a farm.
those are the best mechanics. Farm mechanics are the best because they got to fix everything at all times of the day or night with no tools.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, my boss thinks it'll heal overnight, but me and my stepdad quit from that farm. We was like, nope. Now I'm at my dad's shop, but my mom got remarried, so I have a stepdad and a dad.
They both have shops?
Yeah. My
Cool.
stepdad has right now he's got my 79 wagon over there.
Wow.
I've got a wagon he gave me. I found him the part for it. He said, "Know what? You found the part for this to fix it. You can have it." I was like, "Yes."
Too bad I wasn't closer, Christian. I'd say you want to get adopted. Oh my god. It's so refreshing, though, guys. It really is. You talk to kids nowadays, unless you want to talk about Bluetooth or computers. This is like, it's killing my heart here to see this because
Isn't that refreshing? Ken, isn't that refreshing?
Oh my god. Oh, unbelievable.
To know that somebody still wants to be able to use their brain and their hands.
Yeah. And you don't have to worry about paying someone with a computer to get you back on the road, you know?
Good morning.
No, I don't like new cars. New cars, no.
I mean, they have their place. Don't get me wrong, Christian. New cars have their place. But
yeah, I'm not really good with computers, though.
Yeah, but you know what, though, Christian? If you know how to fix everything that's on those cars, you're ahead of the game. Because,
definitely.
You know, just something as simple as changing a tire or changing brakes or even wiper blades or a headlamp bulb. You'd be surprised how many kids out there wouldn't even know what to do. You know?
I work on tractors, too. My
There you go.
stepdad's got tractors.
There you go. Hey, like I said, anytime you could turn a wrench, boy, that's great.
Here's my motor for one of my Skylarks. Not that one, but the one outside.
Was that 350?
350 Chevy.
Yep, there you go. Nice.
That's it. Gonna go kidnap this kid.
I'm telling you.
A gas tank my dad painted. This is for his girlfriend's car, so that's not my stuff. My stuff's over there behind my car, and
where's your toolbox, Christian? You got a toolbox you could show us? We always like looking at people's tools.
Yeah, it was my granddad's.
Oh, nice.
Let me just step over the rear ends and.
Hey, your garage is about as clean as mine. But you know what? I bet you know where everything is too.
Oh yeah.
I remember the box.
There you go. Beauty. Oh, I tell you, a kid with a toolbox.
This thing's probably a lot older than me.
Oh yeah, that's all right.
With that little center drawer and top, that is an old box.
Yep. Wow.
And of course, my granddad had to put a Chevrolet emblem on it.
There you go.
Well, now, what did your granddad do for a living, if I can ask? Was he in the trades or anything?
Do y'all know about the tire center? It used to be in the front row. I don't know what it was called now. It was
So he worked in a tire shop or owned a tire shop?
No, he made tires.
Really? Oh, no kidding. Oh, like Goodyear, one of the big plants or something?
I forgot what this place was called now. Nice. I had it in my head, and then when I talk, I lose it.
Yeah. Well, like I said, at least he used his hands, I guess, and that's where you get it from.
Oh, yeah, he used his hands a lot.
That's good.
I've got his mower that he had for a while. I got two of them he had. I got a Polar and a Silver Signature Series.
Let me ask you, now, being a young man as you are with cars and all that stuff, do you weld?
No, not yet.
Learn how to weld, buddy. Once you learn how to weld, you can make anything.
Well, when we start building this, I think he's gonna let me weld the fender box.
Oh, is that a GS badge or what is that?
No, this is a Skylark.
Just regular Skylark. Yeah.
That's
What's that,
what
like a
I'm putting-
71, 72?
It's a 70, but I'm making it a 72 because I don't have the bumpers.
Yeah,
I
because
have
72's got the rubber around the taillights, I remember.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. But did you know about the 72? They had special exhaust tips, which nowadays cost about $5,000 to try and find them, the ones that go through the bumpers.
Yep, the N25. That's
There you go. Hey, this kid knows M25 option. Who knows that at 13 years old? Nobody. Nobody. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Here's one of my granddad's old mowers.
There you go.
I had to put a motor on it though because my dad rolled it and blew it up. So the hood's a lot. It says 16.0, 16.5. It's fine.
Yeah, those are the ones that usually blow the camshafts or the head gaskets or need valve adjustments.
Well, he was on the side of a. I'll show you where he was mowing.
We're gonna turn this into the Christian Figler channel.
But now he's got.
Chris, you have your own channel with content, Christian?
Yeah.
I gotta subscribe to you, pal, because you're getting me all excited.
Here's the hill he was mowing down when he rolled it.
Wow.
Not good.
No.
I seen him out here mowing. I seen him out here mowing, and I was like, he's doing good. I looked out. Next thing I know, the mower was upside down, and the motor blew up. I'll show you my Nova up here.
He's got a Nova too? A box Nova, or what do we got? A round one? No, what is that, like a 71?
72, baby.
72.
Got all the original blue interior.
Wow. We used to have Nova cop cars like that in my town years ago.
Cool.
That is something. Oh, look at that. Got what's that, a B&M shifter? Oh
yeah.
Oh, I love this kid. I'm sorry, I love him. Sparky, you still there?
I am always here.
Put a link out to Christian's channel.
If he's typed into the chat, I will do.
Yeah. Type in, or actually when you get back, Christian, I'll look it up too, but definitely a cool kid. Definitely. Appreciate you coming to the channel, Christian. You've been watching my channel for any length of time there, Christian, or just you found me? Where'd you find me?
I found you on 2AT for Our Life channel. Pretty sure.
Okay. Cool.
Here's my granddad's Chevrolet.
Ooh. Was that 68, 69?
No, I can't find it.
68, big back one.
Yeah, beauty. Oh, those things are worth bucks today, I tell you that. Sounds like a GM family.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll show you what I got right here. This was my granddad's Ford.
I was gonna say what year? 50 something?
50.
50. Oh, like an F1?
Yeah.
Nice.
I done the paint job on it when I was a kid, but
what do you mean when you were a kid?
You still are a kid.
Well, while I was like younger.
Oh
I done
my
this
gosh.
when I was like 8.
What, they gave you a paint gun when you were 3? Holy cow.
No, they gave me a spray bomb.
Wow. That's all right. What's in there? You got the original flathead or what?
I got the flathead in the shop. My granddad, knowing the person he is, he loves Chevrolet, had to put a 305 in it. I was like, oh no, come on, man.
Yeah, but more dependable than the flathead. They always overheated. So.
Yeah.
Hello, Patty Performance. Hello, Andrew. Everyone in the chat.
Hello, Patties. Hello. Oh, that is cool. That is definitely cool.
I got the original 3-speed on the floor in the shop.
Nice.
This truck used to haul water.
What's the plans for that truck now, Christian?
Huh?
What's the plans for the F1 now? Anything?
The F1, my plans is put it back mostly original and paint it maybe green.
Okay. You gonna put the flathead back in?
Yep.
Nice.
Put the flathead back in and a 3-speed. If I can't get the flathead to run, I'm gonna put a 460 in it.
Ooh, there you go. Keep it all the blue oval, right?
Oh yeah.
Hey,
My
Ken.
Yes, sir.
My stepdad
You know,
hates when they
this
walk.
reminds me of Zippo Varga.
Yeah. At a younger age, right?
Yeah.
What if it's
Hey, wait. What kind of hood scoop you got on there? What do you got? Like a ZL hood scoop or something? Cowl induction hood scoop?
Junkyard dog.
There you go.
That's what it's called. I gotta give this thing a bath one day. That's one thing I don't like doing in cars. I hate doing baths.
That's why they have rain.
I just subscribed to Christian's channel.
Oh, look at that. There you go. An old Camaro steering wheel from like the early to mid 70s. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you. All right, Christian, I'm going to have to wrap this up because I'm already gone over 20 minutes, but because of you, I didn't mind.
I'll talk to you later, man.
But Christian, we're going to subscribe to your channel. We're going to post a link to it, and you take care, my friend, and I'm going to check you out pretty soon.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. All right, Christian, thank you so much, my friend. We will talk to you soon. And everybody else, thank you for joining the channel, and thanks for Christian for coming up. That was actually refreshing to see a young man who's into that stuff. That touches you right here. It really does. You don't see that nowadays. You know?
No, you don't.
But Christian, I'll tell you one thing though. If you start working on small engines and you find people around that need like tune-ups and stuff, use that money, get those Buicks, that truck going. There's some good money in it, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
So you can really make, you're good with your hands, I know. So, use it to your advantage, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
All right, pal. We'll talk to you soon. I appreciate you coming up. So Sparky, Henry, Kevin, Briggs, everybody that's on here. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Catch up Dusty today at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Steve Small Engines, if you can make it at 3 p.m. Eastern time. As always, God bless everyone. We'll talk to you soon, and we'll catch you later.
Take care, Ken. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, Kevin. That was fantastic.
That was good.
Bye, all.